I'd like to introduce Natalie Cruz from GEOTAB for her session on why police should use GEOTAB telematics. Natalie, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. That's great, Brittany. I'm just going to share my screen. Thanks so much. Thank you, Blue Line, for this opportunity. Great job to all the speakers today. My name is Nat Cruz. I'm a former UK police officer, now working for GEOTAB, and I'm just going to take you through why telematics matters to police teams. So first, let me show you how long we've been working in this space. GEOTAB's been in the market now for over 23 years. With over 4 million subscriptions worldwide, and not just in public safety, so public works, school transportation, public transportation, and an extremely strong presence in the commercial and trucking industry too. So when we talk about telematics, it's really easy to think about telematics as meaning or equaling GPS, and it does, but it delivers so much more. So I like to try to think about it as if you were trying to ask, what is my vehicle telling me? How much information and what visibility of this data would your team actually have? And often, in my experience speaking to police agencies across the US and Canada, teams are at various stages of adoption with technology, and they're often lacking key data insights when it comes to their vehicles. So that's where GEOTAB comes in with in-depth vehicle data. So why does telematics matter? There are three main use cases really that I try to focus on to try to break it down into easy bite-sized pieces. And these are the ones that we see most often when working with the frontline teams. So the first is streamlining maintenance. Many of the teams that we're speaking to start with preventative maintenance as their primary use case, so that they can manage their fleet in a much more proactive and efficient way. But they soon kind of discover other benefits as they start using that main use case, but become more curious using our software and our tools and start asking other questions about what else they can find out. The second one is building trust through transparency. We talked about that earlier with some of the speakers, and Nish alluded to it. Telematics can show patrol areas covered. It can show proactive policing in all geographical areas, especially notable hotspots. So leadership and ops can see where the majority of incidents have taken place, how long the team were tied up, with what, how the vehicle was driven, any idling time, especially spent at hospitals where the teams are taking statements or accompanying guests, who was driving, whether the lights and sirens were on or off, and helping support teams in other jurisdictions so you can go cross-border and rebill if necessary. So all of these insights provide an extremely high level of accountability, which helps bring together the community and the police. And our third is health and welfare. And safety. So policing teams have long been used to, let me just flip back. Policing teams have long been used to kind of looking after others and making sure that their safety and welfare is a priority. But we've seen the tables turn, and the focus is firmly back on keeping frontline teams safe with a huge push from leadership, which is awesome. So a safe and well-maintained vehicle is absolutely key, and a safe and healthy team operating those vehicles is key. And teams and leadership can look into all aspects of the vehicle to make sure that everything is operating at its very best for those frontline teams as they hop in and out and hot seat in those vehicles from one shift to the next. So how do we collect this data? We call our collection tool our Go device. It's about the size of the palm of an average hand. It plugs into the OBD2 port in the vehicle. You can either have it plugged in and it can be visible, or it can be installed and tucked away and out of sight. It acts like a modem, so delivering vehicle data to the cloud. And please note that the data is protected by the highest security and government protocol and software standards that GEOTAB has to pass before we're able to work and deliver any of these services within the government space. So I like pictures. I like things nice and simple. So a quick diagram of some of the key points and reminders of what we can provide: siren status, light status, gun rack, open, close, temperature sensors for our canine colleagues, seatbelt usage, collision notifications, and engine status. But there is much more, and I didn't really want to crowd the sheet with all of the information. See, these are some of the key points, but you name it, we can measure it. So oil change schedules, suspension, cranking voltage, tire pressures, idling, asset tracking, doors open, closed, braking, speed, weather, vehicle usage, service dates, engine warning codes, DTC codes, and collision warning and collision reconstructions from G-force measurements, as well as the active tracking and the route replay. So this is me. I'm a former police officer from the UK, transitioned into technology now, working for GEOTAB. Please do take my word for it. Partnering with GEOTAB, you're choosing a proven, reliable solution to meet your unique needs. My details are here on the slide. If you need further information, I'm very happy to chat, and feel free to contact me. And thank you very much for your time and consideration. I very much look forward to hearing from you. That's GEOTAB in a snapshot. And I shall pass back to Brittany and the team. Thank you very much for the invite.
Thank you so much for that, Natalie. And thank you again for GeoTab sponsorship today.